All right, let's get more on this breaking news story. SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa is standing by for us. A very good afternoon to Mbalenhle. What else do we know?
Well, Nzinga, I'm still stationed just next to that Maraisburg off-ramp where 6 bodies believed to be suspected Zamazamas were found. But I've got with me an eyewitness who saw what happened yesterday. Community members seem unhappy with the rate and the pace at which police take to respond to some of the challenges and the issues that they report in the area. They say gunshots are a daily occurrence in this community, and some have grown tired of even reporting these gunshots because there's no response from the police. Now, what you see here today, the bodies on the side of the road and the police combing through the scene, only happened after more than 18 hours after the incident happened. Residents are saying that the gunshots and the bodies were found as early as 6 p.m. last night. Now, I'm joined by the eyewitness, Eugene Niethling, who's going to give us his eyewitness account. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Now, talk to us about what you say happened yesterday.
Okay, around about 6 p.m. I live in Bosman community. Across Bosman community is the cemetery. At the end of the cemetery, you find a little mining shaft. There's a little hill. You can't miss them from where I live, and they stand on top of the hill. There's a tree there. What happened? There were 5 of them standing on top of the hill. Then one minute I saw one of them try to start moving. I looked to the left. I saw a stream of people running along the train lines and across the expanse of the graveyard. There must have been about 100 people.
So it's over 100 people, and where were they going, and were they armed?
They were running from the cemetery towards the illegal miners. They must have been armed because then they started shooting, and then the miners started scattering. They all ran in different directions. Those people carried on chasing them. What happened after that? They obviously were hunted down individually. Like there's 2 that's along the houses of Bosman here, and there's a few here in this field behind me. But the gunshot started at about 5 past 6, 10 past 6. It carried on till 10 o'clock last night.
And what would you say was the motive for this? I mean, was it community members? Who was this crowd? In
my opinion, I think it's people that come from Zamampilo and the area around there. They got upset and they got tired of the illegal miners constantly entering their lives, causing crime. What happens in Bosman every single night from about 9 o'clock onwards till 5 o'clock in the morning, we hear gunshots throughout the night. You can report the gunshot, but you don't get the response. I can tell you from 6:15 last night, this thing ended only about 9:30, 10 o'clock. There was not one police siren in the whole area. There were no police helicopters. There were nothing. There's police helicopters here. If they had to arrive here at 7 o'clock last night, they would have still caught at least half of the gunshots that were still fired after 7 o'clock last night. So there's no response. You can shoot randomly in the area. If you found the police, there's no response. There's been once or twice where we've seen police approach that particular mining shaft, and we've seen them walk away from that particular mining shaft. But the people that were at the mining shaft when the police got there, the illegal miners, would still be there, and the police would not be arresting them. They would just walk away and drive right out through the graveyard and leave the miners to carry on as they were.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Okay.
That is Eugene Niethling giving us his first-hand account of what happened. And as you heard, there was a crowd of around 100 people. Earlier he said it's around 120 people who had come down a hill approaching the Zamazamas. He alleges that this may have been a group of angry residents tired of reporting these incidents with no assistance from the police, really concerned also by the fact that police are only arriving hours later to the scene and were not here yesterday when the gunshots were still being heard. Now, we understand that there are 6 confirmed bodies from the police media briefing that was held a little bit earlier on. It's back to you in studio.
Mbalenhle Mthethwa giving us an update from that horrific story and scene there. Thanks so much for that, Mbalenhle.